Hi everyone, my name's Rob and I'm a professional underwater photographer currently based on the Ningaloo Reef in Western Australia. I've been working here since July 2025, so I've not actually been here for too long, but I thought I'd talk through some of the images that I've taken here so far. Alex Mustard, the well-renowned underwater photographer, has done videos like this. He calls them image reviews and basically just talks through each image from a particular trip and discusses the story behind the image and the camera settings used to take them. I get a lot of value from these videos, so I thought I'd try something similar as well. So yeah, just kicking things off with this drone picture of the Ningaloo Reef. Just wanted to give you a bit of insight to what the Ningaloo Reef looks like. So it's the world's largest fringing reef. It stretches 260 kilometres up from Exmouth, Lighthouse Bay area, all the way down to Carnarvon Way. So yeah, really impressive place to shoot underwater. You've got the outer reef area, the lagoon in the middle here of the image, and the desert on the left hand side. So yeah, as I said, really impressive place to take pictures underwater. You've got the seasonal aggregation of whale sharks from March time all the way through to mid to late October really, and also you've got migrations such as the humpback whale migration, which passes through here as well, kind of the end point of their migration really. So you get up to 40,000 humpback whales coming through here every year. So yeah, plenty to shoot under the water and above the water as well. So yeah, first image here, as I mentioned, the humpback whales. This one I've included because they were displaying some really interesting behaviour. So I spotted these guys in Lighthouse Bay, these whales in Lighthouse Bay, should I say. And yeah, basically the mother was pretty much stationary the entire time I was observing them. And the calf was swimming underneath her, and I think she was feeding on the milk that the mother provides. So yeah, this pair was super interesting to observe, and yeah, great conditions to shoot them with. Pretty much a glass off on the west side, not too much wind at all. So yeah, made for a really pleasing image. Yeah, both of the drone pictures are taken with the DJI Air 2S. I'm looking to upgrade that next year to the Mavic Pro 4, particularly for humpback whales. So you get a lot of them here, as I said already, and I could do with a drone battery that lasts a bit longer basically, and gives me a bit more range as well to fly out and get some more shots of these. I'm looking to try and get more videos of them breaching and more videos of them just interacting with one another as well. So yeah, looking to upgrade my drone next year for that. So yeah, as I mentioned, breaching humpback whales. The next two images are in fact breaching humpback whales as well. In the first one, these two images actually weren't taken on the Ningaloo Reef, but I was just catching the tail end of the migration back down to Antarctica. So the humpback whales migrate up onto the Ningaloo Reef every year to basically give birth to their young and just rest up before travelling back down to Antarctica, where they spend their time feeding on the krill populations down there. So yeah, this was actually taken in Dunsborough, but it's the same set of whales really that migrate up and down the coastline. So I wanted to include them here because I didn't get particularly good pictures of breaches up on the Ningaloo Reef this time round, so I'm hoping to get some better ones next year. But these ones turned out really well, and obviously double breach, which is quite rare to get as well. So yeah, really impressive with these shots as well. Yeah, this was taken on a Sony A7 IV with a 70 to 200mm lens. I believe the settings were 1/1000, f9 and ISO 50 for this one, so it's quite a bright day. The next image shot the same pair as well, one of the same individuals. I believe it's the one on the left hand side doing another breach pretty shortly after they did the double breach. I've shot this one in portrait just because I really wanted to. I think it provides an interesting perspective of the humpback whale breach as well. Obviously they're coming out of the water vertical, so a portrait image does make a lot of sense for this type of photo. Settings are pretty much the same, apart from the ISO was a little bit higher. I did pump it up a little bit. I think I actually made a mistake on the first image just because I wasn't super prepared to take the image, and I think my hand slipped and made the ISO a bit lower than it should be. So I've brightened this one up a fair bit, but it still turned out a really nice image. You can see great detail on the whale here. Oops, sorry about that. Went in a little bit too far, but yeah, you can see here it's actually got a bit of damage to this area here. Perhaps it's a barnacle that's been knocked off when it's done a breach. It might have even happened on the breaches that I observed as well. So yeah, I think that's typically what they breach for, is to remove sort of barnacles and other organisms that might be sort of hitching a ride on board them as well. So yeah, back to the Ningaloo Reef, we have a cowtail ray. They're super common on the Ningaloo Reef. On this occasion, it's in the lagoon, and this individual is sort of cruising through that area, and you quite often see them bury in the sand, and they're super interesting subjects to shoot when they are buried in the sand. But on this occasion, this one is cruising through, as I said already, and yeah, it makes for a great contrast between the sandy bottom and the individual itself. Some great colours on this guy. So yeah, really happy with this image. Again, shot in portrait, just makes a bit more sense for this type of ray. Obviously it's quite long. Some of these cowtail rays can get huge and sometimes quite difficult to spot in the sand as well if they're buried quite a lot. So you need to keep an eye out for them, really, so you don't accidentally disturb them or yeah, get stung by one, really. But yeah, next image was taken on a day off. Well, the next two images, really. You've got some bronze whaler sharks, I believe. Actually, really interesting story about how this happened. So I was out with my friend Jack Hindle. He was working as a photographer here as well this season. And yeah, we went out on his tinny, basically, found a leopard shark, jumped in on the leopard shark. The leopard shark dove down, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, all of these sharks just came up. I believe we had 7 or 8 of them at one point. But yeah, they were really curious with us, so came very close to us on multiple occasions. We were in the water for about half an hour before we decided probably about time to get out, and really the heart was pumping a lot during these interactions, I'm not gonna lie. You can see actually further in the distance on this image as well, a bit further down, you've actually got a silver tip shark there as well. So you can see the white markings on the edges there. So if I can zoom in a little bit closer. So the fins, they've got those little white parts there. So yeah, that's a silver tip shark. So yeah, really cool to see that. I've never seen one of them before. Bronze whale is pretty common up here as well. Quite interested in recreational fishing boats. So you get people spear fishing down here. And yeah, they get attracted to sort of smaller boats, which is why I think they all came out of the blue that on this occasion when we were having a little look down there. But yeah, crazy encounter, and yeah, made for a really great image. I like the balance of this one in particular as well, with this one in just behind it and this one being the main focus of the image itself. But yeah, epic day on the water, that one. And again, this is from the same day as well, just a bit of a different perspective. We're in quite deep water as well, so yeah, obviously the blue is pretty blue down there, a long way down, probably 80 meters or so we were in. So yeah, really cool perspective on this one. Quite enjoyed this image as well, just showing how the contrast between the shark and the deep blue as well, really, and just really like it, and just like the way it's framed, kind of like a smiley face. But yeah, super clean picture. That one turned out really nicely. So moving on to whale sharks now. Typically this is what everyone's here on the Ningaloo Reef. It's the biggest part of the tourism industry here. You get the seasonal aggregation of whale sharks here, as I mentioned already, from March to October time, and yeah, they're here to feed on the plankton, and yeah, pretty much the star of the Ningaloo. But yeah, on this occasion, this individual swimming on the outer reef, quite shallow actually. Great visibility on this day as well. So Insta really included this as one of the highlights from all my whale shark pictures, of which there are several thousand, probably about 5,000-6,000 from the last few months. But yeah, you have just great visibility and really pretty shot. So this picture's really aesthetically pleasing to me, and yeah, just wanted to include it. This one's a slightly different perspective. So you've got the front side of the whale shark. Typically, you want the whale shark to pass you on the side so as not to interfere with the direction it's swimming in. But on this occasion, I was in the water and the whale shark changed its direction as it's swimming past me and came pretty close to me, and tried to get out of the way as quick as I could. But whilst that was happening, I managed to snap this picture. And yeah, really cool perspective of the whale shark. You can see the mouth wide open, so it's filter feeding. And yeah, typically, as I said, the whale sharks are here to feed. This visibility is not as good on this day, but that just means there's probably more food in the water for the whale shark, which is why they've got their mouth wide open. And yeah, we call these guys bubble munchers on occasions as well, when they've got their mouths wide open. And basically when you've got tourists in the water and you're guiding them through taking pictures of the whale shark and giving them a bit of an experience looking at the whale shark, sometimes they'll kick their fins and create some bubbles, and sometimes the whale shark mistakes that for food and kind of comes a little bit closer to give it a bit of a look. But yeah, makes for some really nice images when they do look at you like this. And yeah, try to get out as quick as possible and just not interfere with sort of how it's moving in the water. Yeah, similar to the last one really, just in regards to the whale shark changed its direction as it's swimming on past me and coming quite close to me. So again, I tried to get out of the way of the whale shark pretty quickly, managed to get this picture as well. Fills up the entire frame, not cropped at all, this image. And yeah, visibility is not too good on this day as well. So you've got the end of the shark there that you can't really see. Typically you get adolescent whale sharks on the Ningaloo Reef, so you get them between like anywhere from 4 to 10 meters, but typically you're sort of swimming in with whale sharks that are around 6 to 7 meters in length on the Ningaloo Reef. Yeah, on this occasion the whale shark has made a bit of a closer pass at me, and yeah, I've been trying to get out of the way as it's done that and managed to collect this picture, which is really nice. I think it's a bit of a more unique picture that you typically see of whale sharks on the Ningaloo. So yeah, really pleased with how this one turned out. That's why I've included it in this selection of images. And yeah, moving on, we have I think just to say, all these underwater pictures were taken with Sony A7 IV with a 28 to 60mm lens, and taken in Nauticam housing with the wet water lens 1B, I believe it's called. So yeah, basically converts the 28 to 60 into about 9 to 10mm lens underwater, and yeah, really creates some sharp images of marine life. So excellent setup. Really impressed with how it performs in the water. So yeah, next up is this turtle. We've got a green sea turtle sort of cruising through the lagoon. Just prior to this picture, I observed this individual feeding on a jellyfish. So yeah, basically it was just up and down, taking some breaths as well. Super relaxed with me being in the water with it. And as it's on the way back down from breath in this image, you can see the disturbance it's made up on the top of the image up there, and on the way down it's come and really just checked me out, and made a really impressive image in my eyes. I think I shot this one in portrait just because yeah, it makes sense for this individual. It's framed really nicely with the reef below it, and just like stands out a lot in the blue behind it as well. And the settings for this one is f8 with 1/400, and the ISO is just over 100. So yeah, really nice. Let's see what we've got next. So not a portfolio standard image in my eyes, but just a really cool story basically is this tiger shark. It's a pregnant female. It's spotted in the lagoon by my deckhand on board. So basically she came over and said, "Hey Rob, there's a tiger shark over here." So I was taken over to near where it was and jumped in the water with another guy, and was swimming alongside it for a little bit, and then it did a U-turn, came straight underneath me. And this is the moment it sort of done the U-turn and then swam towards me and then swam alongside me. And yeah, my heart was pumping. It was my first ever tiger shark swim. It was really nice to see, super impressive. I was a little bit nervous in the water, but this girl was super relaxed, and yeah, I won't forget this moment. I don't think my first ever one. I wish I'd dove down. Would have made it for a better picture, more portfolio standard image. But yeah, it was funny at this moment. My friend who was in the water with me, Jimmy, he pushed me in front of the shark, or like pushed me in front of him. So he was just saying, I did that so you get the better pictures, but I don't know, maybe he was a bit frightened, who knows. But yeah, super cool moment, and yeah, one I won't ever forget. So I thought I'd include it in this selection of images as well. So moving on, back to whale sharks. This image is taken on a really good visibility day. So you can see that a whale shark is still quite far away from me as it's cruising past, but like there's still great detail on the whale shark. As you can see, it's super blue, just meaning great visibility, and yeah, just makes for a really good picture, I think. Just the nice light rays coming through, sort of church lighting we call it, and yeah, just really like this one just because it's not super close and still great detail on it. Again, just another perspective of the whale shark, really, side on view, sort of in line with the pectoral fin here, and obviously you've got the remoras underneath it. This individual had some really pretty patterns on it, so I've included it. And the light rays coming through. It's taken on a pretty calm day, which is giving this lovely pattern. Kind of looks like a tiger shark pattern on the whale shark. So yeah, really impressed with this one, and yeah, just included it. Really pretty shark, really typical kind of picture you'd expect from the Ningaloo Reef as well, which is great to include it in sort of the portfolio images. Back to humpback whales. This is the first breach I ever actually captured. Yeah, we're out looking for whale sharks on the boat, and the spotter planes hadn't found anything yet, and I had the 70 to 200 millimeter lens out, and it's a really flat day, as you can see, barely any wind, the water's super glassy, and just all of a sudden this whale jumped out the water, breached right in front of the boat, and I was just lucky enough I was in the right place at the right time to be able to capture this individual. You can see, compared to the other breaches that I've shown you already, this one is pretty far out the water, so almost an entire breach, which is pretty impressive to see. They make some spectacular crashes when they come back down, and lots of water displaced and a really loud sound. It's like nothing I've ever seen before, and I think this is probably one of the first humpback whales I actually saw, and I'd never seen them prior to coming to the Ningaloo Reef and didn't really know what to expect from them at all. So yeah, really blown away by the breaches here. Often if you're down at the beaches on the Ningaloo Reef, you can hear them breaching, especially after dark as well. You just hear these sounds coming from the ocean, and they're like banging, and they can travel quite far, these sounds as well, when they breach, because it's like a double-decker bus hitting the water, really. Another shot from out of the water as well, just this time of year on the Ningaloo Reef, sort of in mid-November at the minute, and this just means that it is turtle mating and nesting season, so there are currently thousands of turtles. You get many different species of turtles. On this occasion, it's green sea turtles mating. Yeah, this is taken at sunset, and yeah, green turtle's the most common sea turtle you get on the Ningaloo Reef, and yeah, this is just a really nice picture of two individuals mating, really. And currently, a lot of them have started making their way up onto the beaches and laying the nests, and give it a few months and all the hatchlings will be making their way out. So I'm going to try and get out there and see if I can observe some nests hatching, basically, and see if I can get any images of the little guys as they make their way into the ocean. But yeah, super impressive to see the aggregation of sea turtles on the west side at the minute. It's been incredible this year. One of the most active years they've noticed for sea turtles at the minute, so it's quite a positive sign. As I said, you get multiple species of sea turtles here. You can also get hawksbill, flatbacks, and loggerheads also, or leatherbacks, sorry, nesting here. So yeah, it's a super impressive part of the world to see this happening, because just at the scale of it. But yeah, moving on, got a few leopard sharks. Super typical at the Ningaloo Reef, so really classic shot, this one. Just out in the lagoon as well. They're quite common to see them here. There's a lot of them that have residential areas kind of in the Ningaloo Reef. They're often spotted in the same place. And the reason they know that they're spotted in the same place, I should mention as well, is the patterns on the sharks are all unique to the individual. So you can see all of these spots will be slightly different on each leopard shark. So it's the same with the whale sharks as well. You get some really unique patterns on each of them, so it helps you identify individuals. And as an underwater photographer on the Ningaloo Reef, one of our responsibilities is to document this and upload it to a database. And basically there's someone in charge of maintaining that database and kind of updating it. You can track individuals, where they are, what individuals are returning to the Ningaloo Reef each year in terms of whale sharks, and yeah, just adds the whole sort of database and research of the Ningaloo Reef really, and it's really nice to be a part of that. And yeah, this one's just a typical shot you'd expect from a leopard shark here. You've I think the day we jumped in on this, we found it on the surface, and yeah, just jumped in, and they're super relaxed with you being in the water with them. The leopard sharks, they're not skittish at all. So often they'll come and swim around you. On this instant, it's right next to me, which is really cool to observe up close. And it's made for a really nice image as well. Again, same individual, just a little bit of a different perspective. Down inside, in line with its pectoral fin. Again, just a really pretty shark, really easy to photograph, and yeah, hopefully I'll see some more. I've not actually seen too many leopard sharks since being here, but yeah, I'm hoping to get out there a bit more now that the season's sort of wrapped up, and have a bit more time to go exploring on my own really. So I've heard a few areas that at the minute they found some resident leopard sharks, so I'm hoping I can go out and photograph them. But yeah, really pretty shark, probably my favourite. In some areas they're also called zebra sharks, but in Australia they're known as leopard sharks. So yeah, really like this picture as well. Back to a few more photos of whale sharks. Obviously it's a primary focus of my photography here. This is one of the first images I actually took of a whale shark, and to be honest, it's probably one of my favourite. It's really nice. You've got small school of fish there, and the remoras following the whale shark, mouth wide open again, so filter feeding, and just the way this image looks. I really like the perspective of it. Just really sums up Ningaloo in one particular picture. So yeah, super blue water and a great whale shark really. Again, slightly different perspective of a whale shark. Super blue water, really good visibility. I was actually in the water by myself at this point. Usually I'm first in the water anyway, but we hadn't put in any guests in the water at this point because the shark was kind of moving all over the place and difficult to line up with the boat really, so kept on changing directions. Whale sharks typically associated with moving quite slowly in the water. Sometimes they can move a bit faster, and they're difficult to keep up with. But for the most part, they're pretty easy to keep up with free diving fins. But yeah, it can be quite tiring after a while. On this occasion, though, this guy was just all over the place. I've never seen a whale shark move faster, and yeah, kind of up and down the water, a bit of a yo-yo. Was diving down, then coming straight back up again, and yeah, it was just crazy. I didn't take too many pictures whilst I was in the water with it, but yeah, I really like it. You can see it's about to dive down again. It's already a little bit deeper in the water, and it's its tail fin at the back there is just about to really propel itself into deeper water. And yeah, I just really like this one. It's a bit different to pictures I've taken of whale sharks as well. So yeah, I just thought I'd include it as well. Again, quite a rare shot to take on the Ningaloo. It does happen a lot each year. Obviously, we're in the water most days as well as the photographers throughout the season, so we do come across this several times a year. But this is the only time it's happened to me. As I said, I've only been here since July. So yeah, it's basically I was following this whale shark on the left. We had our customers in the water at the time, and all of a sudden, the individual on the right was coming from the opposite direction. And typically whale sharks are solitary animals, but on this occasion they've kind of bumped into each other and swam in circles around each other and kind of like checking each other out. So yeah, really cool behaviour to experience or kind of observe. So yeah, I've kept this one in. It's not great visibility, but I think it's just such a rare shot to see. Hopefully next year I'll get one in better visibility, and yeah, really awesome to see. And I believe just after this some humpback whales swam through as well. So yeah, it was pretty wild, like 10 minutes on the Ningaloo really. What have we got left? So yeah, another whale shark just from the top down, not top down, that's the next image, just from the bottom side of it. Typically we don't do this too often. We don't want to disturb the animals, but we do on occasion swim down below them just to see what sex the whale sharks are. So on this occasion I've been with this individual for quite some time, and I believe it's actually the same individual that was photographed in this picture as well, because you can see the fin on the top here is pretty similar as well. It's probably a bit of damage from vessel collision probably, which is unfortunately does happen. But yeah, just a bit of a unique perspective of the whale shark, not typically one you'd see really swimming with them, which makes it quite special. Not in any sense a picture that I'm quite happy with yet. Basically what I want out of an image like this is for the whale shark to be blocking out the sun, which is quite hard to do. So hopefully next year I'd like to get the eclipse of a whale shark. So yeah, hopefully I'll get that next season. But for now, this is sort of one of the better ones that I have. So yeah, wanting to include this just because of the amount of remoras below this shark. So probably the most remoras I've seen on a whale shark since being here. So yeah, really cool perspective of this individual as well. I think this is the final whale shark picture we've got. Oh, we've got one more, but that one's a bit different. This one's top down, as I said already. Yeah, great visibility on this day, and I think the settings were a little bit different. So I've gone all the way down to f5 and 1/400. So yeah, you can use higher shutter speeds. A lot of people do use higher shutter speeds with them, but when they're slow moving like this, I don't think it's necessary. So better to have a lower ISO, and I've opened the aperture all the way up to f5 on this one, and it's just made it really stand out really. You've got great contrast between the bottom of the reef here, great visibility, all the detail on the whale shark is really nice, and yeah, really happy with this image. One of my better ones, I think. What I would like to do next season is have like a shot like this, but just with the sandy bottom. Obviously I can't really make this happen unless there's a whale shark over a sandy area, so I've just got to get lucky really. But yeah, it's a shot that I'd like to make next season as well. Moving on into the final few images. This one I've included, it's not great visibility and actually a customer in the water, but on occasion humpback whales do come through, and they do bump into whale sharks as well. So like the previous image, or one of the previous images that I've showed you with the double whale shark, the whale shark does freak out a little bit when encountering a humpback whale, and on this occasion it's taken a bit of a dive as well. So it was at the surface about 20 seconds ago, but it spotted the humpback whale, and it's kind of freaked out, and as you can see it's turning to sort of see what the hell it is really, and what's going on. And after this sort of happened, they circled, and the humpback whale just took a vertical dive down. I wish I'd have been in this area here where this person is, because I would have got a better picture of the humpback whale. But yeah, I was in line with the whale shark here, and it still made a pretty nice picture, but not one that I'd include in a portfolio in the future, I don't think. But super cool to see. Just wrapping things up now with this turtle picture, so another green sea turtle. Just really like this picture in terms of just the composition and the lighting of it. So really common to see the green turtles here. This one's in a sort of shallow area of the lagoon, and it just makes a great picture. And it was foraging at the time, so it's just taking a bit of a swim to another area to eat a bit more food. And yeah, just really happy with the way this one turned out. Really typical sort of turtle shot you'd expect from the Ningaloo Reef as well, so it's great to add that to the portfolio as well. But yeah, I believe I've talked through about 24, 25 pictures today. But yeah, just wanted to sort of track how I'm doing, and hopefully do another one in a few months and go back through my images from other areas and talk through them. I've only really been doing this for about a year now. I was always interested in underwater photography prior to that, but yeah, this is kind of my big go at underwater photography this year, and to be working on the Ningaloo Reef is really special, and gives me a lot of opportunity to take pictures of wildlife, which is probably one of my biggest passions in the whole world. And I'm super lucky to be able to do it as a job at the minute, and super lucky to have the opportunity to get that job as well. So yeah, really happy right now. And yeah, if you've reached it this far in the video, yeah, hopefully you got some value out of it. I always get value out of watching other people's pictures, and yeah, I just thought I'd give it a go as well. So that pretty much summarizes everything I've got to say, and yeah, hope you all have a good day, and yeah, bye.